I would say in a month I'm probably writing at least one letter about the management of a hemangioblastoma. So in a year, I would say probably...
So that's sort of almost 12 out of your 90 patients, isn't it?
Yeah, so I would say in a year, but they won't all necessarily come to surgery. I would say in a year, I'm just trying to think of how many patients we see. I would say probably in our population, probably at least half a dozen, if not more, are having surgery for either a cerebellar or a spinal hemangioblastoma.
Jeez.
But that figure will vary year to year.
Yeah.
You know, and screening for hemangioblastoma is a real minefield.
Yes.
No consistent practice at all. We've just modified our practice, which means that we screen anyone who's asymptomatic at the age of about 18. Just as a baseline, we do head and spine. Then after that, we offer patients, if they're asymptomatic, we offer them 3 yearly head and spine. Many patients refuse to have that. They say, well, I'll tell you if I've got symptoms. And the neurosurgeons are very mixed on that as well. They often say, well, there's no point in doing an MRI scan unless the patient's symptomatic, because if they've got something and they've got no symptoms, we're not going to operate. But we're gradually, as we screen more and more and we find more asymptomatic lesions that are actually quite advanced, the neurosurgeons go, oh, we probably better do something now before it gets much bigger. So if they grow very, very slowly, then patients tend to be well and asymptomatic. If they grow very quickly,
you're in trouble.
You know, but we have found some very advanced lesions in patients with no symptoms who've then gone for surgery. So it's a real minefield.
Wow. Just as an aside, you mentioned a longitudinal patient database setting up in the UK.
Yes.
If my client were to reveal themselves to you, would you be interested in them supporting that in any way, shape or form?
We are currently looking at all sources of funding to run this. So VHL is the paradigm for a rare inherited cancer or tumour syndrome. And it's one where probably most regional centres have got a surveillance clinic in operation. So it's a good one to start off with. The actual registry is going to start with VHL. We then hope to roll it out to other rare inherited cancer syndromes. So it wouldn't ultimately be VHL specific, but yes, the plan is to get that off the ground with VHL, and we're in the process of so we've secured funding from several sources already to get it going. We're now trying to establish the best IT system and how to run that within the NHS.
I know of a group that I will tell you. Cardiff University do a lot of longitudinal databases, and they are very good.
Okay.
Just off the top.
No.
I used to work in colorectal cancer. And so Cardiff University would be a good shout.
Ian Frayling as a contact, I'll see what Ian says. They've
actually got a company that works alongside them. And yes, you shaking the hand of the nasty commercial beast, but
our current idea, just given my background in renal medicine and everything else, is to trying to work with an organisation that's already established in doing this within the NHS.
They've got massive amounts of experience, not just in the NHS, but importantly internationally. Yeah,
I mean our greatest concern with this is, one, it becomes established and usable, but also it becomes embedded within the NHS. So the idea will be get it up and running and established, and then embed it within NHS Digital, so that it doesn't, like a lot of registries, die in 2 or 3 years. We want every unit who's seeing these patients to be inputting data real time as they see patients, and that will hopefully then inform both management and NHS commissioning.
Okay. Now you were talking earlier on about your screening programs, and with your neurosurgeons going, oh my God, yes, we'd better operate on that.
No,
how many times does that happen?
Rarely.
Okay.
Rarely. So we've, over a number of years, I guess we've developed what I would now call a very comfortable relationship with neurosurgery here.
Yes, read between the lines, I won't make a comment.
We still get the odd comment about, I don't understand why they're screen you because we wouldn't operate unless you've got symptoms. So come when you've got symptoms.